Historian Kexdala would spend the remainder of her academic career trying to identify the precise moment when humanity's patience finally expired. The transition happened so subtly that most galactic observers missed it entirely, until entire star empires began vanishing from existence. For 2 centuries, humans had endured systematic oppression with remarkable stoicism. The Tyrrhessian Empire enslaved human colonies for agricultural labor. The Zephyrian Confederacy used human settlements as military testing grounds. The Void Syndicate treated human space as a hunting preserve for recreational warfare. Each atrocity was met with diplomatic protests, economic sanctions, and carefully worded condemnations from the Terran Republic. Human patience seemed infinite. Their capacity for absorbing punishment without retaliation appeared unlimited. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. Captain Elena Rodriguez of the merchant vessel Perseverance was delivering medical supplies to the quarantined world of New Geneva when Tyrrhessian patrol ships intercepted her cargo run. The planet below suffered from a bioengineered plague that specifically targeted human genetic markers, a Tyrrhessian research project that had infected 4 million colonists. "Halt your vessel and prepare for boarding," transmitted Commander Vex Thul, his voice carrying the casual authority of someone accustomed to absolute obedience. "Your cargo manifest indicates you're carrying unauthorized medical compounds." Rodriguez studied her sensor readings. 3 Tyrrhessian destroyers, each outmassing her civilian transport by factors of 12. Standard protocol dictated immediate compliance with superior military forces. Instead, she opened a communication channel to Earth. "Control, this is Captain Rodriguez aboard the Perseverance. Request permission to invoke Article 7 of the Colonial Protection Act." The response came after a pause that lasted exactly 4.7 seconds, long enough for automated systems on Earth to process threat assessments, casualty projections, and strategic implications across 17 different scenarios. "Permission granted, Captain. Execute Protocol Omega." All restrictions lifted. Commander Vex Thul had no context for understanding what had just transpired. The Tyrrhessian Empire's intelligence services had never encountered Protocol Omega in their extensive surveillance of human communications. Their xenopsychology experts had classified humans as permanently passive, incapable of organized military response. The first indication of error came when every human civilian vessel within 30 light-years simultaneously altered course toward the Tyrrhessian patrol fleet. Cargo haulers, passenger liners, scientific survey ships, mining platforms, all converging on Vex Thul's position with navigation precision that suggested coordinated military planning. Within hours, 847 civilian craft surrounded the 3 Tyrrhessian destroyers. "This is highly irregular," Vex Thul transmitted to his fleet command. "The humans appear to be implementing some form of organized response." What the Tyraxians couldn't comprehend was that every human vessel in space carried dual-purpose systems. Cargo holds contained modular weapon platforms. Mining equipment doubled as siege engines. Scientific instruments functioned as targeting arrays. The entire human civilian fleet was a dormant military force, activated by nothing more than a single authorization code. But the true scope of humanity's hidden preparations became apparent when the Perseverance opened fire. Rodriguez's medical supply transport revealed itself as a weapons platform capable of generating antimatter containment fields, particle beam arrays, and quantum torpedo launchers. Her medical supplies were actually sophisticated military nanotechnology designed to neutralize Tyrrhessian shield frequencies. The engagement lasted 17 minutes. 3 Tyrrhessian destroyers were completely eliminated by a force they had dismissed as helpless civilians. As news of the incident spread across galactic communication networks, similar events began occurring throughout human space. Everywhere the major empires had established dominance over human colonies, civilian populations suddenly revealed military capabilities that defied all intelligence assessments. The Zephyrian Confederacy discovered that human agricultural worlds possessed orbital defense platforms disguised as weather modification systems. The Void Syndicate learned that human mining operations had been secretly constructing fleet-class starships using asteroid resources. But the most shocking revelation came when humanity revealed the true extent of their strategic planning. For 2 centuries, while enduring oppression with apparent passivity, humans had been systematically mapping the infrastructure, military deployments, and economic dependencies of every major galactic empire. They had identified critical vulnerabilities, established supply lines, and positioned assets throughout hostile territory. When humanity finally decided they had endured enough abuse, they didn't declare war. They simply activated a network that had been decades in the making. The Tyresian Empire collapsed within 6 months as their agricultural worlds, manufacturing centers, and communication hubs were simultaneously neutralized by forces they never knew existed. The Zephyrian Confederacy fragmented when their military supply chains were severed by precisely targeted sabotage operations. The Void Syndicate found their raiding fleets stranded without fuel or repair facilities. Historian Kex Dalla's final academic paper, published 3 years after the events she termed The Great Reckoning, concluded with a warning that would reshape galactic diplomacy. Humanity's capacity for patience should not be mistaken for weakness. Their willingness to endure oppression is not evidence of submission, it is evidence of preparation. Every empire that has ever underestimated human resolve has discovered too late that they were not facing a passive victim, but a patient predator. The galaxy learned that humans didn't get angry. They got even. And when humanity finally decided enough was enough, entire civilizations discovered they had been living on borrowed time.